Alright guys, I'm going to give you a little update on the North Korean crisis problem. Well, my worst fears, and probably your worst fears, have just taken place today. We were all afraid that Obama would back down and decide not to board the ship, because we're going to be the laughingstock of the world, which I really don't care what the world thinks, but I also at the same time don't want to send an invitation to terrorists that our president's a wimp and soft when it comes to defending our country. So he said, well, we're not going to use force to board the ship. Well, how else are we going to board it? The North Koreans are not going to say, yes, we give you permission to board the ship. You have to say, no, we're coming on with guns. So it is times like this, even though I didn't like McCain either, as far as a candidate, it's times like this where I wish McCain was president instead. We all know the difference between Democrats and Republicans, which isn't much. I'll give you that. They're morphing into each other. Let's see if this truck's going to pull out in front of me. I better stop. I don't like those where they can turn left in front of me. But the one thing that Republicans do better than Democrats, and well, let's start off with a compliment to Democrats. If you're into big government and you're into higher taxation for welfare programs, food stamp cards, and free medical and things like that, you will love being hey, look at that guy's reading his Bible in the car. See? Pretty good. You'll love the Democrats because they are good at expanding social welfare programs. Unfortunately, it's on the backs of the American citizens like me who actually pay taxes, unlike a lot of people here in California. But what happens is the Republicans are so much stronger on defense. They're so much better. And that's why I was shocked that the American people would vote in a bleeding heart liberal to be president. Now here it's coming back to bite us. In a way, Obama, if they don't board that ship, it's like sending an open invitation to terrorists that, hey, we're wimps. We're following the ship. You would have been better off, Obama, not to give the order to follow the ship. Why are you following it if you're not going to do anything? Gee, so he has backed down, the Obama administration has backed down. I mean, he could change his mind, but so far he's backed down from King Jong-il's threat that if you board the ship, it's war. And evidently Obama's knees got to knocking. I would have boarded the ship. You can't make decisions out of threats from other enemy countries. So I hope this doesn't lead to other countries testing us and testing the resolve of our president. This morning I wake up and it says that the United States officials say that the Obama administration will not give the order to board the ship. And here for like 3 or 4 days, 4 days now, they've been talking about boarding the ship and they haven't done it. And now they're not going to do it. Well, you know what? They would have been better off not even sending a ship out there pretending they're going to board it. Because now it's going to look real wimpy. It's like, 2 kids in the schoolyard and they're going to have a fight, 2 high school kids, and they meet, and then one of the kids, walks away at the last moment. Which is his right, but everyone knows if you're a wimp and you back down, you can't back down. Especially when you're representing the United States. You have to, like Reagan said, peace through strength. I'm going to tell you guys a little story what happened to me when I was in junior high. there was this big bully always going around picking on people. And he didn't pick on me yet, but he was going around from like person to person. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was like, well, I don't want to get involved, you know, and I just kind of sat back, and this was not right, but I sat back and I let him bully these other kids. And then one day on the bus, he came to me, which was a mistake. And he started bullying me. You know, you're on the bus and they flick the back of your ears. He did that to me. Now, I didn't do anything in the beginning, because I was like, I never had been bullied before, right? So, and I was like afraid, like, well, what should I do? Should I hit him or should? So I go and I do the worst mistake. I ask my mom. Don't ever ask your mom what you should do if you're getting bullied. Ask your dad. I asked my mom, and I'm like, Mom, this guy, like, you know, he keeps picking on me and stuff. So long story short, my mom said, well, my mom tried to use, like, I'll say the liberal philosophy. Well, try to talk to him and try to become his friend and stuff. Now, on the surface, that's, hey, look at that old truck. On the surface, that sounds like a good thing. You know, let's all talk and get along and sing Kumbaya around the campfire. Well, as you know, when I talked to the bully, it got worse. He just laughed, and it even got worse. So finally, I talked to my dad. And I said, Dad, you know, Mom's little advice didn't work. You know, what do you think I should do? You know, because I don't want to get in trouble at school if I get in a fight or what. And my dad's like, you should fight him. So what I did is, because I didn't want to get in trouble with my parents either, I said, so, okay, so I'm going to hit the guy. So sure enough, because see, talking wasn't working. I'm telling like a tattletale. I'm telling the teachers they're not doing anything. They can't be there 100% time. So again, I'm on the bus, and he makes the mistake of flicking my sweet little innocent ear. And what I did, I'm right-handed, so my right hand's on the throttle. I got this fist, and I turned around with all my might, and I punched him in the face. I didn't want to do it, but let me tell you what happened. I never got bullied again. I never got bullied again, and you know what else? He quit bullying other kids, at least in my presence, and it ticked me off, and it was sad that I had to get myself to a point of where I had to defend myself. Now, the story's got a happy ending. Years go by, and we get in high school. Now, you guys know, you guys that had other friends that you had fistfights with, have you ever noticed you become the best of friends with them? I got people here on YouTube, I won't mention names, that used to be atheists, Wiccans, pagans, and we haven't had fistfights, obviously, but virtual fistfights, just arguing back and forth and spreading our ideals and views, and now we're the best of friends. There's a guy right now who really looks at me as his enemy, you know, and even he and I are better friends now. You get that respect through strength and peace through strength. So if you're like a little kid and you're getting bullied, ask your dad's advice. Don't ask. No offense, Mom, but moms want to protect us. They want us to be safe. But most moms were never bullied physically as a child in school. Most of the time it's the boys. So anyways, this is my fear about Obama, is he's getting his ear flicked, so to speak, and he ain't doing anything. And they keep flicking his ear. And I'm not saying that because he's got ears like mine. And look at what happened here. Something bad happened. So they're flicking his ear. Obama, do something. Because they are going to test him, just like Joe Biden said. I don't support Joe Biden or agree with him, but he does have a big mouth and he spills the beans. He said that Obama's going to be tested his first few months of administration. God bless you guys. And Obama, please get a spine.